somehow. Even though Tour has been screaming, I'm gonna grab you, Merlin, your big butt. Hold on. Yeah, just a second. Because Tour has been screaming at me. He really wants something from me. I don't know because I don't speak cat. So he's gonna be turned into burrito. Yes, I have given you voice back. It's just no more, not called gacha anymore, thankfully. The tour has been acquired. Yeah, I don't know if I want to talk about this on stream because like this ain't a news channel, but the thing that was happening with Rin, it's kind of, to me, like I deleted it off Twitter because something of what I said could be taken out of context and people wouldn't understand it. Because as you guys know, a certain silly someone has rebranded twice as a Vtuber, and then again said silly someone, "Tour, behave. You're being punished for screaming at me." No, it should be there. I enabled it. I thought at least. Wait. Is it not? Ooh. Why is it not there? I enabled it. I even renamed it. What the heck? Sure. Oh, he blinked at me. Your rewards for the channel points. TTS? No, it didn't enable. It got renamed, but it didn't enable. Now you should have it. Be silly. Be very silly and screamy. You screamster. Okay, I shall permit you to go. There he went.
Very sassy behavior.
Not sassy at all. Not sassy at all. Oh, yeah. You guys remember, right? I occasionally on some streams I do show off the models. Technically speaking, I got permissions to sell my model. The design and the rigging, I got it. For the moth. The problem is that I've never actually done it. Because I'd need to film a video and put it out, and I don't even remember for how much I was gonna sell it. I think like 500, I thought? 400? But I feel like really bad about that. It's still kind of like an important part of me, but at the same time, I feel like somebody... Well, at the same time, people have like... People can now have lots of pre-made models, so I don't know if this would even go. Yeah, we'll cook the moth. We'll cook the moth. I have actually a genuine question because, remember guys, I told you I submitted some of my covers and collabs for the reaction thing. And people didn't know if I was a cow VTuber or not, and I keep wondering how I can improve that. I guess the tail just doesn't swing up high enough. I'm just wondering how I can improve that. I'm a silly gun. Yes, I'm a very silly gun. Well, in the end of the day, I have elf ears and white hair and horns, and it's fine. Because if I had horns that were like the way I originally envisioned them, close to my head here, they would be like, oh, is she a demon VTuber? And now I'm a cow, I guess. Do I look like an almond to you? No, not the cow. I'm not the cow. I am a dragon. Dragon these nuts. Right, and to me it's like so funny how people are like piling about the design when like I wrote how it's a clear indication of my skill issue. But like my skill issue is because I would let myself be influenced by everyone else and think I need to like fulfill some sort of criteria to like this is the correct way to be a VTuber, right? Or like like, remember how about my, like, I had a white-haired dragon girl originally envisioned for my Yutaite, but then I felt horrible because nobody else in the Yutaite scene I was part of, at least in that group, had any supernatural beings as their avatars, which is like, apparently some people, as a matter of fact, consider it weird to having a non-humanoid, not human, not humanoid, yes, but like not human Yutaite avatar, and I'm like, but it's like, it's an avatar. It can be anything. Why does it have to be the same regular brown-haired human that I see in the mirror? Why can't I be an anime girl with white hair and elf ears online? Tor, why are you screaming there? I don't know what his purpose. Hi, Rygor. Usually I just look and listen to your covers. I just wanted to say that I like your performance in the Florida concert. Thank you so much. The concert was so insane. Oh my god, I was so mind blown. They put so much work into it. This was amazing. Guys, should I add a redeem where I say, like, grab a cat? And then I have to go look for a cat and grab it? But yeah, I was saying. So to me, it's like, yeah, the design is very, Rin Penrose's design is very, very different from the original one. Well, not entirely. There are some, like, certain shapes are still there. And, like, certain things are still there. And, like, people, like, calling it a downgrade, I feel like, yeah, you don't have to like it, but, Rin certainly wouldn't debut this design if they didn't like it. Of course you can! You can be the white-haired demon cow you always wanted to become! Koya. Okay. Oh yeah, Rygor, have a good lurkies! And thank you so much for dropping by. Yeah, konnichiwa kuryo. Yeah, so to me it's like, I don't know, man. First of all, rude. Second, like, to me, who's taken forever to figure out, like, see, the issue is why I rebranded so many times. Why also, if you guys had gone to my old channel, the Mitsuki cover channel, you'd see that I've gone through several different designs for the Yutaite avatar. And, how do I put it? My reason for constantly rebranding until now was like, it's because this thing, I have a profound dislike of myself. So if I don't like myself, obviously I'm gonna look for somebody else. Arthur! Yeah. It's gotten better, and obviously since you guys see me being the petchon as fuck white-haired dragon now, you guys see it's good. Stuff is like, no punks! Kandri, Black Belt Chain, hi. Didn't watch the new model stream of her yet, but I heard that part of the rebrand was that she didn't have the files anymore. Yeah, she didn't have the original files anymore because usually, like, the riggers don't provide them. And also couldn't talk to the original artist anymore. Because the original artist was Japanese. And also, back when Rin debuted, their model production, the original artist that apparently was supposed to make the model, never got forward, so they had to switch artists. And Rin realized that if they requested more changes to the initial design provided by that artist, their debut would be even more delayed, and they were already late, and they got their initial model like 3 days before the debut, which is like also, I felt like only I am doing that. So yeah, so they thought like, yeah, they didn't want to like delay everyone else. So yeah, that is I recommend. Rin actually reiterates that in one of their new videos on the topic because they replied to all the backlash. And honestly, it's a fucking cute model. It's cute as fuck. And I totally can relate to the hairstyle. I mean, one of my other models had the same hairstyle. It's the, I can't decide if I want to have short hair or long hair, so I'm just gonna have both. I feel you. And it's like, I guess it's a little bit more femme presenting, which is like people thought they didn't like it, but still I feel like it's still fairly... It's kind of more feminine presenting, gender neutral, question mark? Ah yeah, anyway. Point is, the important thing is that Rin is happy with their new model, which they are. And watching their video using the new model and all the editing, it's still Rin. This is so funny. People talk about a downgrade. People talk about a downgrade, but like everyone who tells how to everyone who tells people who want to start out VTubing, the model's not important. Important that you are you as the streamer are important. Like your personality, how you entertain people, and the model is secondary. Yet everyone is piling on Rin's new model, and I'm just like, did we just forget that other advice is still Rin? No matter what, the matter of the model is still Rin. And they're still funny as fuck! I'm German, so I hate alteration. How dare Rin redebut? Grrr. Well, it's not just Rin now, it's Rin Penrose too. Why is he... Guys, I'm gonna go quickly check on Arthur why he's screaming like that so desperately. What is happening? Why are you screaming? Where are you? What do you want? Cat has been acquired. John VTuber, my bad. No, it's fine. Now, I was trying to make a joke. I was trying to be humorous. Okay, cat has been acquired. He has been tracked into my elbow. Like a circular ball. Yeah, that was the thoughts that I wanted to say. Like, for some people, redebuting is like soul searching, I guess, like the new design outfit. For others, it's honestly no, it's just simple. It's just soul searching. No, but I feel like Mary said it really well. Arthur is purring, but he's also flicking his tail because he's angry. I'm gonna smoosh you. I'm gonna smoosh you. I'm gonna smoosh you, you little fluffer. I'm gonna squish you. Go. He eats it himself. Alright. Well, with that said and out of the way, because I guess I want to talk about that, we can actually get to the game. Where were we? I guess this was the last scene. Yes, he's continuing to scream. I thought like, ah, you heard it. Okay, good. Came stood toe to toe with me, and I furiously shook my head. No, I thought this was just a cat. I aimed a beseeching look at him, hoping that he would believe I was just an idiot, not a traitor. I'm gonna speak a bit quietly, in case you can hear them yowling again. He sighed and gave me a curt nod. No, he's too far away. We can speak more later. He's dangerous, Lyria. Go back inside and call for the others. Wow! Indeed, that you did say. Well, he raised his arm again to keep me behind him and urged me to return. I dug my heels into the ground. You could hear him. Yeah, he's still out there in the living room screaming. If he's dangerous, then I'm not leaving you behind. This is my business. He was my cat. He's my business too. Curly Pop! I could see the boring thoughts reflecting in his countenance, but he only pursed his lips. Very well, but contact the others. Yes, sir. I ferociously... I did not know that you could ferociously send a text message, but apparently she's capable of that. I ferociously sent a text message to the group chat, and the cough from Malthus jerked our attention back to him. He could have just walked out. So, these malevolence, have they been your doing?
What? Why would you just accuse me of that with no evidence?
Malthus. Malevolence. Do you think no one would make the connection? Huh? Yes, that's his name. But it's just his name. And malevolence is a name you gave to those beings. But because it comes from the word malice and malevolence. But that's not his... Okay, whatever, I'll just let the story explain to me. You've been raising this army for decades, but I had been blinded. Huh?
Oh, you think I'm as vain as you are, that I just named them after myself.
No, but I thought, aren't malevolence like a name they give to the evil spirits? What does this have to do with his name? This doesn't make sense, game. This is not as smart as you think it is. You're more vain than I am. You definitely would.
So you admit it. You think you're vain.
I mean... Kumatora! Kumatora Brazil! Connery! Kuma. Oh yeah, hope everyone's... A punch out to you, by the way. Kumatora, yes, Kumatora! I'm going to thoroughly beat your arse, that...
You're planning to do a bit more than that. Sorry, I'm not sticking around for that.
He pulled down his eyelid and stuck his tongue out in quite a rude gesture. Girl, if that's a rude gesture for you, I don't know, man. Jump scare? No, not the jump scare. I was still shocked that my cat had turned into a villain and was acting quite childish to boot. Hanks, what you doing? Why you mlem? You mlem? Or do you want to mlem this guy? Was this just a prank?
Well, I'd love to stay. I think you've got a problem ahead of you.
So many mlems!
You were the one that named them malevolent, by the way. In case you've forgotten, dumbass.
I don't know what was the point of this writing. Because it was dumbass from the start. Thank you for the applause, Kumatora. Oh. What are you? Oh! Why is he stupid? Take off your glasses, you dum-dum. Or is this like Gapamoe? He's stupid, but he has glasses. I mean, it's like a stereotype, right? Looking towards Vermont. Why is he screaming like that? Seriously. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go take a look again in the living room. No, he's not in the living room. He's in the kitchen. What's your problem with the kitchen? What do you want? What has been given? What do you want? Tell me. What is your problem? What is your problem? He's standing there and purring at me! You just want attention. You just want attention. And now he's purring in my arms. Yeah, sure, give me a real jump scare. Guys, this is insane. Like, there's nothing. He just wants attention. Because the moment I was just standing there and he started purring. What a silly picture. Looking towards where Malthus had pointed, there was a being of blue fire that was slithering on, no, through the street. It shows up with oh so convenient timing, and you're telling me that you have nothing to do with it? If you want to give me a due credit, by all means. He bowed and rolled his eyes, then snapped back to give me one last wave. See you around. Thanks for being such a gracious host. I'll tell my brother you sent your regards. Huh? Thanks for all the food. And with a wink, he took the form of a crow and flew away. Oh, a shapeshifter. All that food? How much time have you been spending with them? Never settle. Never settle, Lurker, Connery! Alright. Did my cat have to throw me to the wolves like that? Kim looked at me with a withering stare, and I pointed to the thread ahead of us that looked just about ready to attack. No, it's just gonna wait until we finish talking. Saved by the enemy, you could say. Too much was happening at once. We weren't afforded any time to process what had just happened. As Kame swore at Malthus through gritted teeth, I lunged out of the danger and glanced back to see that he too had left to safety. Kame! Run back, Lyria. Now. I'm not going to leave you here by yourself. I'm more than capable of handling one of these by myself, I assure you. You are not afraid? Are you not afraid of spirits? Hi, Aru! Kandri! Hope you're doing well. Not enough to abandon you. As you wish. Though that got him to give in, I wasn't sure if I was speaking out of bravado or if I truly was able to handle it. Why flat? Because Gon is flat. Because I need to have a good surface. And thank you for the 7 stream streak, Lurker. And thank you for the 5 stream streak. Kuma Toga. Kuma Tora Brazil. In any case, there was no time for rumination. The spirit snapped up and under my feet. And I leapt up with not a moment to spare. Damn it, that was close! Take that! I thanked the stars for my increase in agility and swept my scythe below me, while Kame struck it from the side. Yes! Kumadoga Brasileira! Yes. My blade made a clean swipe through the body, and then a repelling force threw me back along with my weapon. Damn! Lyria! I'm okay, don't worry. Why is this creature so strong? The power of spite. Yes, spite. The thing that fuels a lot of people. Yes. I'm gonna brush the kitty since he's trying to escape my grasp because I'm not giving him the attention that he wants. This is what this is about. He wanted attention from me. And now I'm screaming, talking to the screen into the mic. And he's not getting the attention he wanted. That's why he screamed. That's why he must scream. Well, now he's being a burrito again. The creature split itself into two now. Long webs coiling out of what I assumed to be its arms. This is not how I wanted to spend my day. Nobody does, girly. Kame and I were standing facing opposite sides, a monster on each side looking back at us. We'd offer you a retreat. Yes, like the handsome, gracious gentleman you are. Hi, Fudge! Kandri, holy shit, 100 stream streak! Oh my god, thank you so much. Insane. Handsome? Ha, it is unwise to feed my ego. I wanted to volley back a witty quip, but alas, mortal peril silenced my tongue. A whip-like arm plunged towards me, and as I raised my weapon to shield myself, the force propelled me once more. 100? 105? Woo! Spits. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much. Why? My foot skid across the ground and pushed me against Kane's back.
So close on the first date.
I'd love to be more demure, but unfortunately my hands are tied.
I don't know, I find it so funny how she has this really pretty demeanor, but her voice is kind of like more, how do I say it? Growly? Fudge is also a type of food, right? A British type of food. My blade took a barrage of assaults as I fought back. I prayed the craftsmanship would hold out. I would endeavor to be more gentlemanlike, but I'm afraid that we are in the same boat. While he had his own far better than I did, I felt the weight of his shoulder blades digging into mine. Remember to expel your energy into your weapon, Lyria. We didn't get quite that far into our lessons yet. I had tried, but I couldn't quite keep the flame of my energy flickering long enough. I think the situation might be more of a boon for owning your skills. Such fancy words to tell me to just try it. Yeah, girl, no offense. Like, when you've got nothing better to do, you might as well try. What's the worst thing that could happen? You'd fail and die. So trying is clearly the option. I scratched up my face like a child to perform long division, and could almost hear Oria's cackles in my ears as I pressured my being to extend to my blade. Thanks for doing better than you. Bacchus. It's not a competition. I'm doing it! Look! Well, I would love to assess your progress. I'm trying to keep you from being perforated at this moment. Where in the blazes are the others?
Right here, you impatient old man.
There's our best boy. The cavalry had arrived once more, signaled by Arius' clicking tongue. I was flanked by Arius and Zafan on both sides. Valapar and Seer still at work. Trusted you two can manage this? Faster than you. Zafan started dealing blows in tandem with me, and I very much welcomed the additional strength. How are you so strong?
Decades of practice. You'll be able to lift me one day.
Oh sure, we'll bridal carry the guy. Lift your damn weapon first. You're right, sorry for doing nothing this entire time. I mean, she was fighting. Can't even afford to glare at him. Look, Karoo, hi! I'm keeping Arthur in my arms, in my lap. He's trying to escape. Being unhappy that I'm not giving him the full attention. He's the king after all. With tiny paws. Creature had split itself one more time in a desperate bid for survival. Oh yeah, how are you guys doing? Hopefully you guys having a great Monday. This week is also when Gon is gonna perform. So we're doing this today, and then singing again on Wednesday, and then Gon is gonna leave, and then Gon is gonna come back very late. And Gon is gonna pick up the kitties from Mangon on Monday. Yes, kitty? Ah, he's too cute. Kim, I thought you said just one would be easy. None of the ones I encountered had the ability to reproduce like this. I welcome the challenge. Well, I don't!
And one day you will. Sorry, Aina. I'll back you up in just a bit. Tricky little bastard, aren't you?
Oh, that was cute voice acting. That was really cute. As our attentions and targets split, I was left to face the last remnant of the Malevolent on my own. This time I had bore the entire weight of a blow, but instead of being pushed back, I was stuck in place. The whip-like substance had started to draw the essence from my weapon and in turn me. Oh no, you don't! I strengthened myself to harden against the creature. While it did not sever our bond, I felt something different. Why do I feel stronger? I wonder. Instead of repelling, this time I was trying to draw the power in for myself. And I felt vitalized. I faintly heard the sounds. By the way, I'm thinking we should recommend this game to Hoishi because the official name of the character is Aina. And we have Hoishi, Aina! I didn't hear the sounds of the other three shadows dissipate, but mine was still there, only barely. As I stole more and more of its power, the malevolence started to fade. Lyria stepped back. Let go. I have a handle on this, I got it. Let go! He ricocheted towards me and sliced down his blade on the connection between the creature and me. Zafan, Arius, what the hell? Why didn't you stop her? Sorry. He muttered earnestly sheepish, and Zafan was staring down at his feet. I thought you'd be better than this, at least, Arius. Arius remained quiet. What's the big deal? I don't know! It's sucking energy, a malevolent energy up doesn't sound like a good pastime, girlie. It was unsettling how quickly Kim went from being menacing to displaying concern for me. Lyria, how are you feeling? He tried to grip my shoulders, and the panic racing in his eyes was unsettling. Normally, Kim was like a beacon of calm. He, though, he was shaken, and I regretted being the reason for it. I shouldn't have taken my eyes off her. See that you do not next time. I can take care of myself. While I did appreciate their concern, I felt a small rush of irritation rise inside of me. Plus, I didn't like seeing Arius be scolded on my behalf. Lyria, there's a lot of things you still don't know. How about you start teaching her? She's been here for over a week now. You guys can't do this. I know, but... And a lot of things that even we don't know yet. What were you doing in the end? There was a teether between you two, but you seemed rather sure of yourself. I was absorbing its power. They gaped at me like I had started speaking another language. Oh, I thought they actually knew. I was, or at least I think I was. Are you sure? Not that I'm doubting you, but... I felt stronger. I was trying to siphon its power to me, and... Why would you do that? Arius. I felt it trying to steal my energy first, so I was compelled to do the opposite. It sounded somewhat pathetic and more than a little petty, as I said the words aloud. These are beings that are composed of harmful energy, Lyria. We do not know what effects they may have on you. Oh no! Am I going to turn evil? This is so funny. I look down at my palms as if we were turning blue right at the moment. You seem like the same old airhead to me. And you're still the same jerk, I see.
Aina, do not ever do such a thing again.
How did this happen? Kim's stern warning and Safan's confusion was a keen reminder of the actual situation we had at hand. The banter of the battle lulled me into a false impression that all was well between us, but it was time to face the music. I have a feeling my brother has a hand in what happened. My cat? Your cat? Wait, it texted us that Kim's brother showed up, so what's your cat to do with this? The fact that I had been keeping a secret about was about to come to light, and that I had lost my cat. What is happening? Arias and Zafan looked to both Kim and I for answers, but I was afraid to speak. I grew envious of the spirit that had just disappeared. I do wish to dissipate into the thin air right now. We can talk about this when we're not in the middle of the street. Zafan slung an arm around me, but it was a gesture of consolation or comfort. I couldn't tell. With uncomfortable silence, we returned home together. Tour is trying to escape. He's an escape tour. Where's your hit? There's your hit. Have you been given enough attention and hugs? Shall I relinquish you? Go. Oh, yeah. While I had expected the interrogation to start immediately, Kim had decided we were to wait for Seer and Valafar. The anticipation only exacerbated the pit of anxiety in my stomach. I wasn't deprived of my usual drink at least. My little umbrella was even included, although it kept sinking to the bottom today, much like my spirits.
This is so awkward. Just what happened?
To my right was Zafan. His jovial countenance had been marred with concern. Arias was slumped in the armchair, his legs dangling off of the arm of the chair, and his head resting against the other. Patience, Zafan. Look, he looks like he's going to stab you. Arias smirked at Kim, who just about had steam coming from his ears. That reaction wiped the grin off of even Arias' insolent face. Kim had gotten to making drinks too early. There was a line of about 10 drinks on the counter already, but there was no sign that he would be stopping soon. Mercifully, Seer and Valafar finally walked through the doors. Konnichiwa. Forgive our absence. We had the same problem you did, buddy Elvis. Noting the grim atmosphere, the men had skipped their usual greetings. Seer took his spot to my left, and Valafar talked to the bar to retrieve his and Seer's drinks. Should we at some point mix some sort of drink together, like bubble tea? Honestly, the place that I'm getting bubble teas from time to time, they really have an interesting mix. Like they really have some interesting. They also offer bubble tea cocktails, which I think is a really creative way of reaching a wider audience, is what I was thinking. Only then did Kim finally speak. Truly, most concerning indeed. Has your investigation not turned up to the cause?
I do dread getting involved in fighting.
Unfortunately not. I was just about to return where I received your message. You mean my photo of my cat? The photo of my brother. The photo of your brother. No matter how many times I said it, it was still hard to reconcile the fact that my cat was never a cat. I think everyone here of the audience knew that. How in the world could you tell that your cat was your brother? I'm able to see through illusions. Before I could ask if his glasses were how he could see through illusions, the others gasped, affronted at the revelation.
The cat was Malthus? No wonder he was such an asshole.
Oh, I should have kicked him when I had the chance.
Ah yeah, so much bad blood. I should have thrown him out the window.
I normally do not condone animal abuse, although I suppose it was warranted in this situation.
Ah yeah. Why is Kim's brother a cat? All eyes turn to me. My brother is able to shapeshift and cast illusions. My talent is that I can dispel them to an extent. But why is he doing this? Turning into cats? Running away from his own brother? What happened between you two? Why were you so afraid? I had loved my own sister dearly, and I could never imagine such strife between us. Kim looked at me, and then down at the row of glasses before him. Wordlessly, he took several long sips from one before answering. We could only hear the tinkle of ice against the glasses he took his time. I knew it had to be serious for the rare silence that the others supported him. I shall tell you later. Later again. If you are forthright in what I'm about to ask you, I will tell you tonight. My displeasure must have been clear to him. After I shoo these cretins out of my home, that is. These cretins were the first to show up as back. The glare from our bespectacled bartender silenced him. I believe we should start at the beginning, with you. How did you come to meet him? Did you know that he could turn into a cat, or rather that your cat could turn into a human? No, I had no idea. If I had known he was a man, I would have never let him do... Never mind. I had realized that I had made a mistake to even say that much aloud, with the way all the men had suddenly tensed up. Girlie, to what? To what, Lyria? Ah, what has he done? We can come back to that in a bit. Whatever was, as often seemed to be, my saving grace. Hi, Rewalk! Henry, hope you're doing well. We're continuing finally. We're gonna finish Salvus Aries tonight. Let's do this. Right, when I had left that day, after my first reaping, I came across a cat, which went into the alley. So tell me you followed the cat into the alley. I wanted to pet him. Lyria, I even met a guy named Lucian. Nox. Pardon? He had light hair, right? Yes. His name is Nox. That's my other brother. Those two always stay together. Kim was left out. My heart ached for him. So Lux lied to me. I gather he didn't tell you about the identity. Of your pet. He didn't. I could tell he communicated with the cat, but I thought it was just a quirk he had. The two of us can understand him quite well. Now I understand how Nox, not Lucian, was taking orders from Mr. Kitty. How often did you two meet? A good handful. It's no surprise you two would become such fast friends. He did try to shoo me away all the time. And you were undeterred? A surprise to no one. Ah, yeah. How did your friendship grow? Well, I just talked about... I was reluctant to finish. My problems? My life? I know it would hurt them to know I was confiding in someone else instead. About things. Wow, that is so much better to say, girlie! Someone to vent to, huh? Just as expected, she was sulking. You could always share what ails you with us, Lyria. What if it's you guys that ail her? By the way, how is it tracking today? Because I went back to using the recommended software, which is facial mocap thingy. What's it called? iFacial mocap, yeah. That was actually recommended originally. Because I was wondering if some of the glitches I've seen in the past were from YouTube Studio tracking. Tracking is fine so far. Good. Okay, the tracking. This thing detects the face really well. I didn't want to burden you anymore. I'm sorry. And look where that's gotten us. Arias. Malphite came over and held my hand and knelt down so I would be forced to look at him. I'm sorry, I'm having another.
But we cannot do that if you talk to strange people in alleys and don't even tell us where you're going. Heaven forbid. What if something happened to you?
Yeah, but it's also like you're caging her, and that's also not a good thing. Maya, thank you for the feedback, Shell. Oh. I wish that he yelled at me instead of using the tone that he did. His gentle disappointment made me feel all the worse. Please don't keep secrets from us anymore. I think sometimes it's healthy to keep secrets. You can trust us. Yeah. Look, you made Seer sad. I know we're a bunch of weirdos that told you that you're dead and forced you into employment. But we're all here for you to annoy. So, if you don't do that, then we're going to be sitting around and twiddling our thumbs.
Just look at Xanth. He already looks like he's lost his purpose. Oh wait, that's just his face.
Tsukihime taught me that I could meet a waifu in back alleys. Damn. If I don't beat your ass, try it. It isn't that I don't trust you. He asked me not to tell anyone. What reason did he give you for it? He said he doesn't get along with other Reapers. I figured he was being bullied or something like that. Something about him made me want not to break that promise. That's part of his charm. He appears to be the innocent type. Yes! He's a little brother! Him sighed. I think it's time to explain a couple of things to her. Sorry, wrong voice. Oliver patted my hand once more and then stood up after releasing his hold on it. I actually never watched Tsukihime or played it. I've been meaning to look into it because it's like, isn't it from the same people who, at least from the same people who made Fate series? Everyone, let us head out. And then there were two. Do I just stay here? Do I go over to the bar? Is he going to come to me? I picked up very slowly, only for him to already be making direct contact. Those eyes of his pierced my soul, and I regretted not escaping with the others. When he wasn't being nice to me, he was very intimidating. Let us go to the balcony together. I think some fresh air would do both of us some good. He isn't going to push me over it, is he? Girl, if you wanted you dead, you'd probably be dead. Ooh, that's a pretty background. Yes, when they meet the original Tsukihime, they were still at the Ocean group. Ooh. How far they've come. It's pretty crazy. I wonder if they look back at the time and think that this is insane. Like, how much is the franchise, the Fate franchise, worth? He closed the door behind us quietly, and I looked up at the beautiful night sky. I'm so sorry, I don't know why I'm having a yawning attack today. I should take it in case this is the last thing I ever see. Don't be so overdramatic. He could have killed you earlier if he wanted to. I scolded myself as we stood together in the night air. I started counting the laces of my boots as we stood in silence. Occasionally, I would pick up to observe the rise and fall of his chest, but I didn't dare to make eye contact just yet. A long time ago, my brothers and I were born. Wow, that is great! We're starting at the beginning. I shall spare you the details for now, but it is the reason why I bear a last name. When he finally started speaking, I jolted. Reapers simply come into existence, or they are humans working off a soul debt. My brothers and I are the only exception. I thought you guys were demons. Somewhere along the way, they have become wayward. They are living as fugitives now. It is my duty to capture them and bring them to justice. By wayward, you mean? They have harmed other Reapers, fatally even. His voice was so full of pain that I forgot my silly fear of him. I wanted to give him a hug and reassure him that it would be alright, even if they would be empty words.
Do you understand now? The fear I felt when I saw that he had come into your home. When I was away, and could not protect you.
Ah, pat. He held my cheeks in his palms as he inhaled. I felt that he had stolen my breath. I was unharmed, Kim, and I'm forever grateful for it. His fingers curled and the knuckle gently stroked down my jawline, then moved down as he tapped my chin. He tilted my face upwards so that I couldn't look away. I felt the pull of his eyes regardless of his hold on me. My emotions warred inside of me. One moment I was intimidated him, and another I wanted to lend him my shoulder. I couldn't help but want to melt into those, melt in such close proximity. Unfortunately for my nerves. He was very handsome. Cute. Please don't keep secrets from me anymore, Lyria. You're a kind woman, Lyria. I want nothing more than for us to enjoy a long, fulfilling friendship.
I suspect you know that you cannot seek them out anymore. You are intelligent enough to not repeat a mistake, I hope.
Prediction, she's going to repeat a mistake, but not in these chapters anymore. Lyria. His stern warning still rang clearly, despite how softly he said my name. They are your brothers. They are harmful, and you're not to go near them. His eyes flashed with something stern, that had me taking a step back. My back was at the railing, and he snatched my wrist to pull me back, with a soft thought I landed against his chest. I know you won't disappoint me. Oh, wow. His hand had reached out to caress my face again, in a gesture that was far too intimate to be friendly. I'll do my best. The air was changed between us. I couldn't decipher what the mood was anymore, and I wasn't sure what the best thing to say was. I'd rather have been scolded. I thought that my heart was beating shallowly, rapidly, like the fluttering of a hummingbird's wings. Has she never been in love before? Come on, Kim. Clear the air for us. Now that it's settled between us, how about a round of drinks? Just for the two of us. You must tell me how the others handled the cat version of my brother. So the topic of his brother wasn't entirely taboo then? I feel like I'm treading dangerous waters. Nonetheless, I gave him a pleasant smile of my own. I'd be delighted. And, Kim? Yes? You owe me a new cat. The man was truly flabbergasted. Your priorities are amazing. Fine, I shall bestow you any cat you wish. As long as it is actually an entire cat. Can you turn into a cat? Oh, I do wish to snuggle with me. And now the idea is entirely off-putting. I shoved him away good-naturedly, and he chuckled that low, velvety laugh that relieved my anxiety. Just a cat and nothing but a cat. Yes. No strings attached, only a cat. Shall I grab a cat? Where have the cats gone? They have left the room. Again, question, guys, do you want to redeem where I go grab a cat? Thankfully, that the taut tension had seemed to ease up. We returned inside to spend a little longer together. The others eventually returned to check that all was well between us. Between us, and the night returned to our usual rambunctious antics.
So, you've been seeing men behind my back.
Can we get a sprite of Lyria? But I'm so happy she's voiced. It was the next day at work. I had returned from delivering a kind elderly man to the gates of heaven when Lyria had seized my wrist in the hallway and dragged me straight here. I don't know if that redeem would be a good idea. Would it be spammed? Or... Oh, no, I think you get what you get me. I was more like thinking like pet a cat, but in case of Cam and Daisy, Cam has a cat cam. And we know how the last time I tried a cat cam worked. It also bugged down the stream, the OBS.
I was wondering why you were too busy for me. Now I know.
Oh no! She was pacing back and forth, her arms crossed behind her back.
You know, I thought it would be bros over hoes.
Sisters over misters!
Although I guess they're two bros. Does that make me the hoe?
Girl, what the fuck? Yeah, cat may not want it in the moment. Yeah, and it's too much trouble to disable and re-enable. Also, cats are gone somewhere. She gestured at herself, her brows scrunching like... Okay, someone write down the timestamp of 54. I'm gonna write it down for myself. 54 minutes. So I can make a short of it.
Is that all I am to you? A hoe?
She stopped to put her hands on her hips and looked at me accusingly. No! I held her shoulders and shook her. Who told you this already? I knew the answer before she replied. Zafan. That gossip? You are a very lovely friend to me, Lyria. I just promised them not to tell.
But I want to know things too.
This girl, Lyria, deserves her own Sprite. Please give Lyria a Sprite. She leaned up to her toes and peered closely into my eyes. So closely that I was afraid that any movement could end up with Lyria poked in the eye.
Did you date them?
Her pout transformed dangerously quickly into a suggestive grin. What?
Jeez, why are you yelling? Feels a bit defensive, I think.
Yeah. Why would I date them?
They're handsome boys, aren't they? Sure, they have some flaws, but...
Yes, the glaring red flags! But I bet Lyria is colorblind. Lyria, they're fugitives. The door had swung open and our favorite redhead poked his head inside.
And what's a bit of forbidden love?
She's the type of person they talked about the JJK Husbando video in, about being colorblind! Forbidden love? Whose love is forbidden? Why, Lyria and her criminals, of course. Lyria. Zafan. She whispered something in his ear, and while he raised a doubtful brow, he stopped his reproach.
So that's your type,
I think she's gonna tease her to hell and back.
Yep, she's into bad boys.
I mean, considering that the guy... What a convenient treat. Wow. Considering how her life before death went, I thought that was obvious. I can be a bad boy too. He flexed, not unlike how a bird struts its feathers, and the two of us giggled at his antics.
Well, if I'm ever actually into bad boys, I shall add you to the list for consideration.
This Merlin has come to me to the mother table. Okay, let's just go. Oh, such a big boy. Very big boy. I'm gonna turn him into burrito real quick. Very pretty burrito. There we go. That's all I ask. But I much prefer good boys. Oh no. Chad, are you a good boy? I reached out to ruffle his hair. If he had a tail, he would be wagging furiously. He sometimes was like a golden retriever. Reliable, cute, big. Well, since Zafan ruined our little chat, I guess I'll go watch the stream. Stream? Yeah, for my favorite idol, Stellar Hugh. I see. I had a lot to learn, but one thing I did know is that sometimes it was better to nod along. See you, Lyria! If you have any secret dates, let me know. Please don't encourage her to commit crimes. Go watch your stream. You're a terrible influence. He opened the door and nudged her through, but she was already too engrossed in her device to argue. So, what are your plans for lunch? I thought I was going to the human world with Lyria, but I guess she's busy. How about you spend time with me? My treat. I'll be delighted. He playfully put my hand on his arm, and we marched down the hallway. I think I spotted Lyria curled up somewhere with headphones in her ears. A fascinating invention. And a coffee in hand. We came across Seer and Valafar, and the latter took in the sight of us both, of the both of us. His gaze lingered a little longer than usual. Did I see a relief in his eyes? You're with Lyria today. Going somewhere fun? Good job, Zafan. Valafar and Zafan's faces fell. Huh? You're trying to keep me occupied, aren't you? I muttered angrily to avoid too many raised eyebrows and removed my hand from Safan. Yeah, girly pop, you ran off and stumbled upon bad guys. You can't trust me to be on my own, right? I thought we were back to normal. At least the three of them had the decency to show their charge and their matching grimaces. Well, maybe they're giving you reason not to run off. Lyria, listen. This isn't a place for it. I really do want to have lunch with you, and dinner, and breakfast. In that order. I just want to ensure that you're safe. I said I wouldn't keep secrets from you. I wish you'd believe me. I came close to stomping my foot, but that would be childish and go against my point. This is for your sake. With everything that has happened, what if you're a target now? I don't want you out of our sight. You're not just doing this to keep me out of trouble? You act like we were never hung out for fun before. I pouted at him. This is different. He opened his mouth and then closed it. No ordeal, huh? Tell you what, you hang out with us now, I'll give you a treat sometime later. Now you're moving on to bribery.
Bribery is acceptable in small portions.
Lavau? Small portions.
My Valafar, what a scandalous thing to say.
Yeah. Alright. I'll show you that I can behave. If we can get dessert. And that you'll let me be after some time has passed. Yeah, there's also such a thing as privacy! I doubt it to really be much of interest to Malthus after this. Or to Nox. Done. Thank you for treating us, Zaf. Hey! After work, it had been Kim and Valafar's turn to babysit me. I still felt like a child that had been grounded. But I did deserve it, I suppose. How about I teach you how to make some drinks? He was being nice to me again? Was he being nice to me again? Was this the carrot and stick method? That sounds fun. Do you think I can handle it? With some practice, I believe he'd certainly outdo me. He totally said to me, his eyes holding playful mirth. He put some empty glasses and beckoned me over. He was very eager to instruct me. Too eager, in fact. Wait a moment. This is just another... this is just another scheme to pass your work onto me. I'm onto you, Kim. You two just now, but be warned, Lyria. Before you know it, you'll be the one behind the counter while he's stolen away in a corner. And am I not deserving of a break? I ask myself that every day. There. Here, Valafar, have a drink to make you feel better. Sorry if it tastes bad. Sorry if it tastes bad. I'm sure it tastes... He sputtered. I'm so sorry. Oh no, Kim, I think I've poisoned him. He'll live. Perhaps this will cease his nagging. I am fine. He was quite kind to insist when his eyes were watery. My, this is quite strong. Perhaps you could bring me another glass? And some seltzer? I kept busy with my hands, but my mind began to wander. Actually, in this case, you would say wonder as in like wondering with an A. I had learned quite a bit about Kim, but I still had to learn a lot more about myself. Oddly, I didn't have the chance to think much about what had happened earlier. Maybe because I was busy. I was normally the type of person to stress a point until I figured it out. As the others were making their arrival, this could be a good time to bring it up once more. There are some things that I didn't ask before. Yes. I waited for the others to settle in and gather the drinks before I spoke. I let Kim make Oreos' drink, as I wasn't in the mood to hear him complaining about me messing up. I took my seat in between Safan and Seer on the sofa, as usual. Alright, what's the best way to ask this? What exactly happened after my death? Yeah, the end of the world is a very broad way to say it. Everyone stared at me. Well, that is certainly one way to start a conversation. I figured a direct approach was best. Same, girl. Can agree with that. Arias scrutinized me from his armchair, his fingers idly stirring the ice in his drink with a straw. You really want to know? I should know. whether I want to or not isn't really an option. You've been here for a while. Has it been bothering you? Your past must have been afflicting you as well. I'm afraid we have been neglecting your fears. Sir gently cupped my cheeks, and I smiled back at him as I put my fingers against his. They are all very handsy with her. Just as I'm with my kitty. The past wasn't affecting me as much as it should have been, which perhaps had indeed become a source of fear for myself. You've all done nothing but take care of me, maybe a little too much. I aimed a pointed look at him, who had the audacity to grin back with a pleasant and unaffected air. Truly, do you think we don't simply enjoy spending our time with you? Despite all the trouble you cause. A lot of trouble. You've livened up our lives. Sure. Lay on the flattery. Despite myself, I smiled. I'm surprised you waited until now to ask. Truly, I haven't thought of it often. Not since the last time I spoke about it with all of you. In fact, my memories as a whole feel blurry. When I try to think more, I haven't had dreams at all since I've been here. I still cannot remember my time in purgatory. I remember stepping forward to my execution. I set my glass on the coffee table and held my head in my hands. I remember how much I loved my family and Felix. I remember how much the ability destroyed us, and I remember destroying them. I remember that I did all these things, but that's all. I can't see any of it. What do you mean you can't see? I know everything that happened, but no matter how hard I try, the pictures have been erased from my memory. I thought I remembered my life clearly because I knew what happened, but I only remember on a surface level. I can't remember what Felix looks like at all. Is that a good thing? No, considering all that had happened, I was ashamed to say it aloud, even if I couldn't remember what he looked like, or how the warmth of his hand felt in mine. What lingered in my heart was enough to sway me.
Even now?
Even now. Unbelievable. I might be a Reaper in name, but I still might be a human deep down after all.
We all have our weaknesses.
Is her love a weakness? I for one admire it. Oh, to be so ardently loved. He looked at me wistfully. We're getting off track here. Okay. You want me to read it you? You're evil. She's not evil though. Right, I suppose it's part of human nature to want to know. Maybe I can remember what happened if you tell me. Is it okay to force your memories back? Not knowing will only make me suffer more. As you wish, Lyria.
Then let us go back to the beginning. Or perhaps more appropriately, the end.
The beginning of the end? You two are terrible people. You see, Lyria came as revealing his true colors. Well, I shall unleash you. Become unleashed. The end is never, the end is never, the end is never, the You died. Shocking. Afterwards, your beloved friend lost whatever sense of reason he had to hold him back. His conscience was no more. Perhaps he had lost his reason to live. Oh. It's not your duty to rein in a man from, well, a reign of terror. The problem here is it is what set in motion before your demise. When he came upon your body, he lost his mind. His veils were unearthly. I did not know that you knew his tale. That you knew this tale, Valafar. I have heard of it. Okay, guys, you get another point for the Valafar is actually Felix. But the way he speaks of it seems like he's a third person, not a first person POV. Arias cocked his head at King, who only smiled. He clutched both your body and he held the sides of my head and I held the sides of my head in understanding. That must have been a gruesome sight for him to behold. And it had changed him. He was already intent on destroying all the nobility in the nation. The two of you had already begun doing so. Yes, I was in charge of reconnaissance. Maps, guard rotation schedules, supply routes. And you were to aim the dagger, and Felix was the one who threw it. We may as well have both been holding the hilt. He began to wage war. He promised neighboring countries that they would receive the lands of nobility if they offered their arms. By March, he let blaze many estates of the wealthiest. He allowed the common folk to flee. But there wasn't enough resources for all, of course. And even if there was, to uproot one's life and begin again somewhere else. It was chaotic. Cities were flowing with refugees. He looked away, but I didn't miss the disgust in his face. People scraped by to feed their families. He was blinded by hatred. Promises of land were lies. Why destroy the current nobility if he were to invite people to take over? And that is where Sierra and I came in. We worked as fixers. With Felix bringing mayhem to the world, we were forced to take the matters in our own hands. We are not to interfere in human matters until matters become dire. Sierra is usually the strategist, and I execute the plans. I felt bad for thinking so, but I didn't expect that Sierra would be a strategist. It appeared that Balafar read my mind, because I caught him smirking. Sierra's quite intelligent when he chooses to be. Ouch! When I choose to be? Says the man that has never bested me in chess. And he's able to see more than the rest of us. Just as Kine can see through individuals, Sierra can see things and people as a whole. Is it because he's an angel? I have wondered if that is the case, but it appears to be a natural talent within him, just like with Kim. I wish I had a talent. So, what did your roles require? I became a general. You fought in the war? Must have been quick. I'm pleased to hear that you think that I'm that strong. But it was way harder than that. A lot of work, Lyria.
You think I can just create a blast with my scythe in the battlefield, and that would have fixed everything?
Also depending on how much they're allowed to reveal of the powers. Well, why not? They probably revere you as a god. You get statues made of yourself and everything. Stefan froze, stared at me, then started to stroke his chin, his eyes lost in thought. Huh, I didn't think of that, of it that way. Damn, I wonder if I could go back and... Stefan, do not even think about it. Just a joke. But, Lyria, it was a long battle. Your boyfriend wasn't easy to fight. I didn't bother to protest that he was not my boyfriend. I did not wish to aid nobles either, so it was particularly difficult. But more importantly, I did not wish to let you die in vain. It was difficult to come up with a plan to minimize damage, while allowing those that were evil to languish. Not that there were many left. I suppose not. Felix had done an excellent job of eradicating most of the upper class. Yet he put himself on the throne. A suitable means to an end for him, despite the irony. Is that why you wear an eye patch, Stefan? Did you hurt yourself in the war? Stefan smiled at me sadly, and the others fell silent.
I didn't hurt myself in the war. Hey, don't worry. No human could hurt me.
Got him. Oh! Oh, did Kim's brother hurt him? It's a trampish where there was destruction. I rerouted the supply routes that you had obstructed. Sorry. But why didn't you go back in time to stop it from happening? Just kill both Felix and myself. It is forbidden. We can only correct the current course. We cannot go back in time and change something. We would go back in time for our readings. I was confused. What made this different? Because we are collecting souls after they are already dead. We can only end the life of selves if the harm has gone too far. Oh. Well, another contradiction occurred to me. But you went back in time to stop Felix. Stefan and Sarah cocked their heads in confusion. Balafar wore a knowing smile and Kim cleared his throat before chuckling softly. I think you're under the misapprehension that we traveled backwards to do this. Misapprehension? But it is as it was happening in history, Lyria. What? How old are all of you?
She stares at us as though we will crumble into dust at any moment.
We're the same age, you know? But I've been asleep! And wandering. You did spend a good amount of time roaming. Well, you two fought an entire war, it seems. Would you like to hear the ending? I take it's not a happy one. Well, the world eventually returned to peace. Although Felix lost his way, Sierra and Stefan were able to help to establish a democracy in the country. Of course, there were still rocky relations in terms of diplomacy with the neighboring countries. And within Berengar itself. And Felix? What happened to him?
He died alone and driven by madness, as he deserved.
He let you die, which is unforgivable.
Okay.
As was the war he waged.
Okay. No, I agree with you guys. He is Felix. He's gotta be Felix.
He didn't let me die. I waited until he was gone.
If he truly cared for you, he wouldn't have let you leave his side. And yet, he had the audacity to besmirch your work by... Enough. I didn't realize I was shaking until I felt Seer's arm wrap around me. Despite all that passed, know that the world was able to heal and not be under fear. It is how you sit with us today.
You're welcome.
And I would do it again.
Aww. Thank you, you too. I kissed Stefan on the cheek and turned to give Seer a peck on his as well.
I believe I was helpful behind the scenes.
Bacchus! Simpy Bacchus, all of them! As he stepped forward, Valafar pulled him back by the collar.
What a sly fox you are, Cain.
And as we laughed, the night took a lighter turn. Drinks flowed freely until it was time to retire. Or so I thought. It was in the middle of the night, but I couldn't sleep. I had been so busy thinking about everything else that I didn't realize that I had yet to remember the incidents myself. I've been pacing around my apartment since I'd gotten back, unable to tuck myself into bed. Despite the pain it would bring, I longed for memories buried inside me to resurface again. As I was about to leave my apartment, I paused. I want some fresh air, but maybe I shouldn't go out right now. What if I run into Malthus? Or Lucian? No, Nox. Hi, Radio Demon Conqueror! Welcome, welcome. Be comfy. This is an order. How about I check out the rooftop? I wasn't sure if there was a special way to get there, knowing how much sorcery this world held, so I decided to send a message. I wasn't sure if it was a special way to get there, knowing how much... Okay, send a message. Yeah. Whom do we send? We have... I think we've done with Arias and Zafan prior. Let's... I mean, I am very partial to Arias. But I think right now it would be great to have Valafar, because we think he's Felix, right? Right. Ok. Yes, you better! Valafar, are you awake? Oh dear, sorry for disturbing you. Pardon me, the screen is a little blurry. I just woke up. I'm really sorry for waking you up. No, do not fret. What's on our mind? Too many things. Understood. Need to get some fresh air? Please, can we go to the rooftop? Shall I come and collect you? I'll be waiting, thank you, Valafar. He was still rubbing his eyes when I met him in the hallway. So cute when he's so sleepy. My, he must have fallen asleep early. Yes, I sleep well like the old man you believe me to be. Saving this line! I need to save this line. I need to save... Not once did I call you old. When would he let that go? It wasn't even a passing thought. He paused before the elevator and crossed his arms. I tried to press the button, but he swiftly blocked me. Damn. Well, all of you are old, correct? For the handpick, yes. But it's because everyone has been calling, well, everyone except, so far, at least so far, everyone except Megumi has called Hinata an old man, one way or the other. Not Arias. He's only been here for the past 100 years. Only 100? But he looks my age. Well, no, I think I look a little younger. I patted my cheeks to show off my glowing youth, and he chuckled, stepping aside to give me passage into the elevator. Sure you are. What? What does it mean? Absolutely nothing. I'm only teasing you. I think he had the potential to be meaner than Cain. I didn't know that you could do that. Tease? Yes, well, tease me in particular. You're always nice to me. Except that time I broke my phone. And you have gotten much too comfortable. Always be on guard. I get enough of that from Maria's already. And I suppose that leaves it to the rest of us to balance out by being nicer people. The elevator doors... This is a gorgeous rooftop. The elevator doors open, and I found myself breathless at the lovely garden before us. Here we are. What do you think? Oh, we must come here more often. Is that right? I suppose we can make the trek here for you. Perhaps relaxing here for a while will be just what you need. But, yeah, I still have to write the Hia and Era stuff. I have to write so much. But, like, sometimes nothing is coming out. I think I need a little writing break. He gestured at the seats beside us, and I happily sat down and leaned back. The view of the city was beautiful, even more so with all the lovely plants that graced us. Valdemar stood awkwardly, and I could tell he was trying to decide where to take a seat. I pulled her down next to me and gave a small cup, and he gave a small cup of surprise. Why are you thinking so much? Just sit next to me. I thought you would fret over aging faster by being next to me. Which one happened, for the record? Bro, what the fuck? Very funny. Aren't we immortal, though? Yes and no. We can still be harmed, as you know. And do we ever age? I held my cheeks worriedly this time. I knew that I would age gracefully, but still, I hope that being a Reaper perpetually would allow me to enjoy my youth for a long time. Unless you choose to. He looked a little older than the rest of us, and I was surprised to realize this was by choice. Why would he choose to look less youthful? So that he does not resemble his old self. Perhaps it came down to personal taste. I thought he looked handsome.
Penny for your thoughts.
I blushed. My thoughts did favor him, but I was thinking that you look handsome. Ah, so you were thinking about how old I am again. He turned away and held a fist to his mouth. Is he smiling? Oh my god! Oh, I need to share this. I need to share this. We got him. Ha, we got him. We got him. Oh, I see somebody did the clip. Gonna check that up the stream. Now I felt shy too. It was contagious. I didn't think he could get shy. I should try to fluster him more often. Yeah. Go bully him, girl. Go bully him. I suppose that's not the reason you brought me here, although I'm quite flattered. I imagine you're still thinking about our talks from earlier. I am. No matter how many years you've roamed or slumbered, you still feel the same. I can't sympathize with your feelings for that man. His fingers clenched against the cushion, and I felt ashamed. There was nothing to argue about. He was very much right. I know. But I'm not here to judge you. Even though you are a Reaper in name, you are still very much human. That made me wonder, would I become more Reaper-like in time? What would become of who I was? What happened to Valafar? Are you more human than Reaper now, Valafar? I do not know. I'd like to see that I have killed off the part of me that is human. I see. Then, how much do you remember of your human life? Most of it. I believe my memories are clearer than yours. I feel guilty for forgetting. It's like I know the names of the chapters, but not much of the contents. It isn't your fault. Passing from one world to another is taxing on the mind. It is a surprise you recall much at all. Why do you remember your human life? You said it wasn't common for people to retain it. I asked to be able to remember so that I would never choose to reincarnate into such a world. They honored my request. You have much disdain for the human world. I do. I was surprised I was even allowed a choice. He shrugged and leaned back against the seat. His head rested against the wall and he closed his eyes. It is what it is. I am a troublesome human. Did you find me just as distasteful? Do you find me just as distasteful? You're nothing but a friend to me. Really? I usually feel like I'm more of a bother. Same girl, relatable. He tensed up and wondered if I was correct. Now, why would you think that? You're under a great misapprehension. Not once have you ever been a burden, and never will I think of you as such. I feel like you're mostly taking care of me, asking me how I'm doing, how work is going, helping me with things. I appreciate all that you do, but we never talk. Are we not speaking right now? He was smiling and I nudged his shoulder with mine. You know what I mean. Hey, are you blushing? He gasped softly when I made contact, but he had adamantly shook his head. No? I apologize if I made you feel lonesome. Not at all, Valafar. I just wanted to get to know you better, grow a little closer. No, he's not at all, Connor Lucas! He's really doubling down! He's really doubling down on the Felix. I think we're close enough already. He muttered under his breath, but I allowed it to pass without additional comment. May I ask you more about yourself? Ask carefully. I started charging at a certain point. There was a twinkle in his eye despite his previous apprehension. I nudged him again, feeling more at ease. I suppose I always felt a little intimidated by him, but he was nothing but kind to me. Oddly enough, he teasing me made me more comfortable to try. Condri! And please have mercy on my savings. What was your human life like? I was a soldier. I had some siblings, 2 younger brothers, 1 older one. Goodness, all boys? It was a rowdy household. Toughened me up, but I wouldn't trade my family for the world. I imagine you felt the same way about yours. That's how you've spoken about them. Of course, I was lucky to have a warm home. In the end, I let them down. I wish I could tell them I'm sorry. I looked down at my fingernails, noticing I had started to dig at my skin. Regret weighted me down time and again. And perhaps a part of me subconsciously avoided thinking about my past for this reason. Maybe my heart is protecting itself. As I do with my own family.
There are some things we cannot change. Perhaps neither of us were at any fault. Perhaps circumstances were beyond our control. You will go mad if you dwell on it.
No, not beating the allegations. I swallowed a lump down my throat. I had perhaps already gone mad as a human, if I had to be honest. It is difficult to think about, yes, but it is just as difficult to forgive myself. I feel the exact same way. It is why I cannot reside with humans. I cannot forgive humanity, I cannot forgive myself. I do not want to suffer again. More like breaking out with them. So the romantic content of this is the characters making out with their allegations. Sassy! We cannot wallow in guilt forever though, so I choose to live a life where I can cause the least harm possible. I wake up, I do as divined by the universe, and I return home. Steamy allegations! Is that what makes you happy? He exhaled a long sigh and understood that he did not want me to press the matter. He was drawing a line between us. I felt sad, but I was old enough to know not to push it right now. It would only push him away further from me.
I am content.
And that's fine. I see. I wonder if I could become content like him one day. You shall settle on your path one day, Lyria. I might be quiet after that. After standing together for some time longer, he gently suggested we return to bed. Lyria? Malafar. I just wanted to see if you had settled into bed yet. Did you think I'd wander off into trouble already? Of course, the moment I turn my back, you're a liability. I jest. I can hear you pouting. Why, I did not pout. If you say so, madame. I'm just getting into bed now, safe and sound. Not climbing out of your window, sneak up somewhere? This isn't Rapunzel, you know? Although you do have long enough hair for it. Or maybe your hair is simply that short. A matter of perspective then. Sleep well, Lyria. Aw, that was cute. But yeah, allegations. What's with your face? It was another day after work. Safan had promised something special today. That was the day I learned that Safan was a liar. The aforementioned treat from Stefan was nothing but deceit. It was not but pure punishment. Nay, torture. This was cruel and unusual torture. You all are upset with me after all. I was forced into the driver's seat of Stefan's car with a wheel under my fingers. They shook more than Seer did after realizing he accidentally ate Oreos' pudding. What? Nah, I'm just helping you out. You can zoom around without us. It means I do trust you after all. Could you trust me a little less? Like a deck swabber at the helm of a ship, I was not cut out to captain any sort of vehicle. It's really not that hard. Let me remind you, Stefan, that when I came to this land, I had thrown a phone and shattered it. My voice trembled even more than my hands as I maintained a death grip on the wheel. And look how far you've come. He ruffled my hair and grinned. If we die, I'm coming back to haunt you. Sure. You're one persistent soul after all, but first. He leaned over me to grab the seatbelt and pulled it across my body. We won't die, but don't want you getting hurt all the same. Now keep your foot on the pedal. That's the brakes beside it. Let it go when you want to. Well, go. What if I don't want to go? You'll do great, trust me. I squinted at him. Trust was a lot to ask for considering the current situation. Here, let me tell you what to do. After a lot of coaxing and screaming, and an incident where I accidentally switched to drive instead of reverse, we somehow managed to end up on the road. How does the city feel now that you're behind the wheel, enjoying the different view? I cannot enjoy much when I'm focusing on not dying. Why is that car close to me? That's so relatable. Oh hey, it looks like Kim's the one driving, and Darius was there too. Oh, what a speed demon. Wanna race them? Looks like they haven't noticed us. Race them? I glanced over only to see him backling his eyebrows. Absolutely not.
Oh, come on, Grandma. We'll be outpaced by everyone in this city.
I'll prefer being a grandma but being safe and alive.
Do you want me to turn this car back around?
No. There was some silence for a while, but I had gotten a little better at it. I even started pressing more on the gas to Stefan's delight. The view was different, I had to admit. Having control of the wheel myself did give me a different look at the city. Not that I'd been doing this again.
Hey, when you would sneak off to lunch, did you have more fun with Nox than us? Did we bore you?
Yeah. I could sense the pout in his voice without having to look. Oh dear, is he jealous? I wonder how long he'd been holding on that question in. You could never bore me, Saf. In fact, I'm the very opposite of bored right now. He laughed nervously, even though that wasn't a joke. Did you feel bad for him? Well, yes, he was living in an alley like a stray kitten. But he was a good listener, when he wasn't trying to run me off, I suppose. I'm sorry you lost a friend. He was once my friend too. In that case, I'm sorry too. I'm sure he must have known him longer than me after all. I was thinking, how about all of us go do something fun one day? Maybe we can go to the human world and have a little vacation. I'm sure Kim can get us off some time off. Whatever activity he was about to suggest was cut off by the body that just hit our windshield! I kept my wits enough to hit the brakes instead of the gas and immediately pulled the lever to parking. Or at least I think I did. Stefan, I killed someone! I'm getting Turnip Boy flashbacks. The end of my freight, very patient, signaled the waterworks to begin. Oh no, you set it to neutral. He leaned over to fix the lever, but that was the least of my problems.
What do? They're definitely gonna send me to hell now!
I was clutching at my hair, crying against the steering wheel. The damned corn started honking from under the weight of my forehead, and only made everything worse.
Don't panic! Don't panic!
Why is he panicking? I wasn't sure if he was reassuring me or me or myself, but frankly that didn't matter. Honk. Let's just take a deep breath and... Suddenly a blue figure popped up and slammed against our windshield. Ah! Sent to hell for poor driving, yes. Let's come back to life! As we held onto each other while screaming our heads off, the swipe of a scythe cut through it and it dissipated just as quickly as it came.
Well, it's dead for good now.
In front of us stood Darius, who looked at us, still clutching to each other. For several moments, we were all frozen, staring at each other in hopes that someone would break this awkward silence. So, you were having a tryst in the middle of the road, I take it. Quite bold of you. You kicked the front of the car with each syllable, and Zafan twitched with every hit. You dirty-minded man! There's no such thing happening! I threw Zafan off me, and he landed with a soft thud against the window. We extricated ourselves out of our seatbelts and opened the doors. Zafan popped back in to remove the keys from the ignition, while Lyria stared at me. Was that a malevolent? Yes, more importantly, were you driving? He looked at me incredulously, then to Zafan, and back at myself. I was forced into this. I pointed at Zafan, the culprit behind all this. He wrapped his neck, the man still had the audacity to smile. Arias glared at the redhead until he finally shrugged. His eye colored with resignation, and spoke of his experience with the man in question. I see Zafan is intent on destroying stasis. Very funny. I see you joined the malevolent hunt. Yeah, been wanting some practice. Practice, he called it. So cocky. We should get her home, although maybe don't let her drive again. He waved me back to the car, and irritation prickled inside of me. What did he think I was, what? Did he think I wasn't capable of helping? Since you're being dismissive of me, I'm staying. Spite will only take you so far. This came around here too? We peered around, Arias this way and that, but it was just us here, on this empty street. I guess the fun led me down this way for less of a chance to keep people. He went about that way to the left. Valakar took the other side. Sirius somewhere ahead. We were wondering where the two of you went. But they won't be believing that you were driving. We'd expect pigs to start flying first. So we were the only ones uninvited to this party? If you bothered to check the group chat during your little date. Thought you came over here on your own, but no. You two are just idiots that bumble into trouble. I don't know, I'm having a yawning crisis, even though I'm not really EP. Though admittedly, I should sleep a little bit more. I still need to recover more.
I do not bumble, I strut. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's so much better. But yeah, for some reason I've had like this... It actually happens a lot during streams, even though I'm not tired. I get a yawning attack and I don't understand why. You guys, that ever happens to you? This also would sometimes happen, like not just during streams, sometimes also during work or like other things. Where I would get like a yawning attack. Oh, yawning attack, like just lots of yawns. Even though I'm not tired, not bored. And I don't even know why. Forgive me, Your Grace. We heard swirling noises growing in the distance, a moment that sent a curl down my spine. Let's get going. Zafan looked over to at his shoulder, back at the bright red car that was now sitting out in the middle of the road. Hey, my car's going to be alright, right? If you work fast enough, maybe. Hey, at least let me park it somewhere first. Arias grabbed my wrist and propelled us forward without waiting for a response. Maybe the air in my room is possible. But it's hard to air the room because the windows aren't cat-proof. Yeah, it's Merlin. It's not Merlin-proof. Maybe I can air it afterwards. Just pull the what do you call them? Strawn runter, and then air it. He gave a menacing cackle that far outweighed the fear I had for the malevolence. We heard a distant "fuck you, Arias" as we ran together, along with the shuffle of Zafan's footsteps to keep up with us. I shook my head in disapproval, but I couldn't hide the burst of laughter that escaped me, neither could Arias. Not knowing what omens lay ahead of us, we shared a fit of chuckles at Zafan's expense as we charged ahead. The tension in my heart still didn't leave entirely, but I found it easier to slash through these creatures now. I knew I was stronger than them, and that let me keep my head cooler this time. That, and I suppose it was easier because most of them were congregating around a red-headed friend. Why are they all targeting me? We had been coming across more and more of those blasted creatures, although none were as strong as the one in front of our apartment. Maybe because he smelled good? Oh, you think I smell good? Ah! He stopped to preen himself at my compliment and monster lunged at him. I got it. I leapt up, and with a graceful turn, if I do say so myself, I extinguished the malevolent.
Thanks for the save, my knight in shining armor.
Ah, gross. Next time, just let it finish him off. Over yes. Okay. Just let it take a chunk out of him. A small one. He led back after Safan angrily aimed his own scythe at our cruel-tongued friend, and Narius responded by poking his tongue out. You guys are having fun. Said you missed those, huh? It's rare we get exercise like this. Exercise, you call it? I call this overtime work. Do I get paid for this? No. You're lucky they even let you run around like this. Aw, boo. It's okay. You don't have to worry about money. Just ask Kim to get you whatever you want. No, I couldn't. Well, I guess I could. You decided that real quick, huh? Decide what? Valdemar had appeared from seemingly nowhere, with Seer right on his tail. But Kim's gonna be her sugar daddy. Is that right? Please ask him to buy me a new car in the human realm then. Valdemar and the angel quickly fell in step with us. I noticed that Seer did not bear a blade, but rather a shield of light followed behind him. What's a sugar daddy? Stop putting weird things in her head. He's totally going to take advantage of it. I thought you were going to have her take advantage of him. Oh, are we getting gifts from Kim? I'd like a... Before Seer could tell us what he wanted from Santa came. A dark fog quickly spread throughout the area. I like Seer too. I think it's Arias, Seer, and Valafar simply because he's interesting. Then the Uppy Puppy with a boob window, and then came. The real ship here is all the guys together. Yes, the secret ship is the yaoi. It's getting dark. Astute observation. I thought you'd piss me off less in the dark since I can't see your face, but no, just as annoying. I strive to be the being of your existence. Alright, you two, now. So I found the voice of reason? Didn't think I'd live to see it. Truly. Okay, seriously, this is bad news. He flung his arms in frustration, which I could tell because I heard a smack and a small grunt of protest from Seer beside him. Or in front of him. Or behind. It was too tired to tell. Where's Kim? You guys haven't seen him? No, I found Valafar, but I haven't come across Kim as of yet. The same thing happened with Malthus before. Do you think... We have to get him. I tried to run, but a pair of arms held me back. When you can't even put one foot in front of the other, his voice had an urgent rasp in my ear, and I realized that he was the one keeping me in place. But we can't just leave him be. We cannot, no. But Seer can light a path for us first, correct? Oh, I didn't think you could do that. Go for it, Seer! My time to shine, literally, you know? Get to it! Hurry on up. So ungrateful. There was a path of light before us, strong enough to pierce the road ahead, but not enough to entirely dissolve the dark. Please go ahead, Valafar. Please release Lyria. Right. He bowed in a rather knight-like fashion after letting me go. The second I was free, I was on my heels and raced ahead. We're coming for you, Kim! Don't just announce your presence like that! The further we went, the lighter the fog became, or perhaps it couldn't maintain its form for very long. Either way, we found the answer as to the culprit by the time we finally found Kim. With Kim was my former cat, and was friend the right word? Our approach was not unnoticed.
Man, you are all so noisy.
He spoke in a drawl, yet a slow smile crept up on his face as he spotted us coming to join Kim himself. Malthus's arms were raised in a stretch behind his head, and Kim had his weapon pointed at him from several feet away.
Can't a man get some beauty sleep without having everyone on his ass?
It's bad enough we have to sleep on the streets. Look at poor Nox. Lucian was trembling behind Malthus, his eyes quivering in fear. It was a standoff between brothers. What would happen to my friend? No, friends. And look at who it is, my wonderful owner. It was fun being your pet. He licked his lips. Ew. Lasciviously, and I held back the urge to throw something at him. This fucker. Valifar kicked Arias in the shin and had him doubling over. Not now. Lyria. He turned towards me, although his eyes couldn't meet mine. Ich werf's gleich, gell? Ich werf's gleich. Or something like that. I really can't replicate. It was too perfect back in the moment. Can we adopt Lucian? Also, can I say that he's like the prettiest of the brothers? Lucian, I mean Nox. I ran after him, but Kim suddenly appeared before me and held me back. How did he move so quickly? I was, however, getting annoyed and being stopped at every turn. Kim, let go of me.
Do not interfere right now. This is your one and only warning.
I flinched, finally aware that what it was like to be under threat by Kim. The very same man who was always smiling and put little umbrellas in all of my dreams. The burn in his eyes right now was truly demon-like. He had become another person. But he's my friend. He's my brother, not your friend. Ask him yourself if you're so sure. Kim, what are you going to do to him? It is none of your concern. Leave now. You release me and face Malthus again. Distance between them dangerously close now.
Having a lover spat in front of me. My, you sure move on fast. After the nights.
Ay, yeah. You were a cat, you freak!
But still a man inside.
Ah ja, ich werf's gleich, ne? Ein Schuh! He was not making a good case for himself.
Brother, dearest. It was nice seeing you again.
He lunged for his brother, and Malthus too sprang into his own cat-like leap.
Malthus!
The fear and anguish in his voice set off something inside me. Something that reminded me of the past, and I had to do what I failed to do in my past life. The love I held for my sister, the love Nox held for Malthus. I saw myself in Nox, and for what I had but one choice. 1,000 storms turmoiled inside of me in less than a millisecond. I couldn't control myself, and my legs moved on their own accord, faster than I could see. I found myself between the clash of the two brothers. It's your brother! You can't turn him in! Nox, go! Ah! Malthus' attack landed on me instead. A long gash running from my waist down to my thigh. Kim's own blade struck my shoulder simultaneously. My scream of pain was interrupted by my own fall, as a blunt force launched me to the ground, where I was quickly lucky enough to land on my wound. Goddamn this man to hell! My blood stained the road beside me, and I strangely found myself hoping that I wouldn't face a littering charge on top of this hassle. What is this ADHD bullshit? Lyria! Fuck. Malthus reeled back, and his dagger was dripping with my blood. Although he had the eyes of a rabid dog, I could not mistake the regret in them too. I couldn't let him be erased, despite wanting nothing more than to seize him by the neck and throttle him.
Thanks for the save. We'll pay you back one of these days. Or not. See you, little lamb.
He smirked, giving us no chance to catch him as he took off. If Nox had anything to add I didn't know, Malthus yanked him away into shadows before a single noise was uttered. The audacity of that little... He could have apologized at least! If I die again, I'm going to haunt him for the rest of my third life. I can't believe I let him sleep on my chest! I groaned as I rolled over to my front. Even more humiliating position to be in, but at least gravel wasn't digging into my wound. Valifar and Seer came to my side within moments, and Seer immediately began what I assumed was a healing spell over my wound. It was a searing pain, and I briefly wondered if I was incompatible with angel magic. What if I was dying instead? Perhaps I'm actually cursed, and this is like an exorcism. Except I'm being exorcised out of the world altogether. Just as Kim was recovering from the shock to give chase, the area filled with shadows again once more. Seer snapped back to our surroundings after his fingers finished the path down my cut. But the brief window of darkness was enough to allow Malthus and Nox to make a getaway. No!
No! Damn it!
Oh, I didn't need to waste that. His voice ripped through his throat so violently it startled me more than the blow to my body had.
What have you done?
Oh damn. Kim rounded on me, and my eyes were trained on the face of pure unadulterated rage before me. Demon-like? No. Kim was fully a demon right now. He is always a demon, you dumbass! And I was afraid he was about to devour. How dare you interfere in matters that do not involve you! He seethed intensely. The dark rage that boiled in his quivering eyes made me recoil far more than the pain in my shoulder did. Out of everyone, it was Arias who came to my defense. Arias had stepped forward in between us and Kim snorted a laugh of derision at the action. He protectively raised an arm in front of me as Kim crawled closer. Watch yourself!
Don't insult me, Aureus. She is not in any danger from me.
And you best manage the temper of yours. Kim's laugh was terribly bitter and sent shivers down my spine. You make a fine gesture, Arias. Are you the only one who is ever allowed to direct his rage at her? She has no idea what she has done. Stefan stood beside them both, eyes starting in preparation from a fight from either side. He growled his words so ferociously that I feared he would attack Arias next. Or more likely myself. She will find out!
At what expense? At whose expense?
When will you learn the consequences of your actions?
When will you learn the consequences of your actions? How many times must I tell you no, 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 no before you listen?
You charge ahead thinking you know what is right, but instead you doom us all with your carelessness. You are going to hurt your own brother. I couldn't just watch. He is mine to deal with, not yours. It's not right. What's not right is that now, by allowing him to get away, you will be charged with aiding a criminal. And the rest of us along with you. If I had been the one to take him in, Nox could be allowed to live. Malthus, perhaps. But now, there's no hope. He must die. It is out of my hands. I didn't know that. How could I know that? The iron in his eyes... Because you guys didn't tell her. The iron in his eyes burned with such anger that I felt my own heart was scorched. It was as if he had slapped me ferociously. I opened my mouth, but nothing came out. The air in my throat had grown tight, and I struggled to swallow. I was feared giving a response when we all received things on our phones. My hands were shaking too much to grab my phone and read the message, but I was saved the effort. We have Sam to Stasis HQ immediately. Everyone's faces blanched. Why? What's happening? Already? Understanding passed through the group as I heard collective sharp intake of breath. Angels. All they do is report it back to those in charge. I remember you telling me. Stefan exhaled and came over to kneel by my side.
Just now. Sarah was involved in aiding and abetting a criminal, so all of us have been exposed too.
All of us are responsible. It dawned on me that what he was getting at. The realization made my stomach sink. Sarah didn't do anything. It was me. I looked up at my angel who smiled down at me more sorrowful than I had ever seen him. The pain that came with his healing had lessened, but the melancholy in his eyes forced a few tears to mine. See here! As we said before, Lyria, whatever you do falls on us. And we didn't stop Malthus, or you. Stefan, for once, was not smiling. His face was stony, and his eyes grave. I felt like I was drowning. Things were getting worse and worse, and I couldn't breathe.
It's my fault! Why?
Yes, it is absolutely your fault. Everything is your fault. Always. Arias swung at him and landed a solid right hook on Kane's jaw. It only exacerbated the rage in Kane's contorted features as he railed his own arm back. She's bleeding. There's no point in yelling at her.
Enough! Am I dealing with children or adults?
Aye.
I am sick of this behavior, Kane. You are far too old to act like this.
Yeah. You know exactly what this means. I don't want to hear it right now. Lyria, stop picking fights with Kim. Lyria, blaming yourself is going to achieve nothing right now.
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude! Da-da-da-da! Hayamaras! Kandri, hope you're doing well. Oh, guys, I think I'm finally over the yawning. Stefan, get the car ready. She's not fit to walk yet. Seer, kill her faster. I'm doing my best. He squeezed me tightly as he slowly lifted me up, the light narrowed season between his fingertips. I know, thank you. He stood up and possessed a commanding aura about him that I didn't know he could muster. I would be charmed had I not been feeling so ashamed of myself and feeling intense dread for what would become of our future. The time for bickering is over. It is time to face the music. They're really going to send me to hell this time, aren't they? And this is gonna be the end of the chapter. I don't think we have it in us to finish chapter 5 as well. This one was long. And I wasn't even dallying too much. Let's save quickly. Time has never flowed more slowly. The lounge where we usually enjoyed ourselves was heavy with a tragic air. Our futures were placed in the hands of a jury who would determine the scope of our crime and the punishment of homophobia. Everyone stood around while I was laid back on the sofa, which made me feel even more anxious. This is agony. A crime, but it really was all my doing. I was sinking into a pit of guilt and confusion, but just as Valafar had reminded me, that wouldn't help anyone. The pain of what I had done hurt more than the wound to my back. The bleeding had finally stopped, at least. While I may have stained Safan's car seats, I was slowly regaining my strength. As a Reaper, I'm not supposed to feel injuries so heavily. I had only become one recently, though, and still had much to make up for. If I would ever get the chance to make things up, that is, I'd probably be tossed into hell for this. And the others who held responsibility for me, what would become of them?
Aina, I need you to come with me.
After pacing for some time, Sarah had suddenly stopped in front of me and urgently held my hand. Where are you taking her? Maria asked sharply, but Sarah aimed in even fiercer stare back. It is important. Kim is supposed to return for our trial as soon as the tribunal is here. We cannot afford... We'll be back in time. Sarah grabbed my wrist and pulled me out, and a hand on my back to support my weight. Hi, Twist! Connery! Hope you're doing well! This must be done. Without waiting for anyone else to argue, he marched us through the door and into the hallways full of whispers and stares. We passed Lyria in the hallway. She was great, her eyebrows furrowed as she saw us hurry along. Where are you going? We have to go to court. It is essential that I do this, Lyria. Stall by whatever means you can, if you must. What? You know what I need to do.
You owe me big time.
Hello!
If I live to see it, yes, I am in your debt.
Left Lyria with that and picked up our pace to make up for the few moments we lost. Hope you're doing well. If you live to see her? It was merely a dark joke. I didn't think you were capable of making dark jokes, Seer. I can surprise you every now and then, right? Now, for one more surprise. We haven't taken you to Purgatory yet, correct? Correct. Would you like to see it? Surely you do not mean right now? I do, indeed. Is this the right time? This is the only time we have. We broke out into a run, but the strain was getting to be too much for me. I clutched my side and Seer immediately paused once more. I must be burdening your body. Let me carry you. I am okay, Seer? In one swift scoop, he tucked his arm under my knees and flew through the halls. This is much faster anyway. Worry not, you're lighter than a feather. I think you must wear some heavy feathers. Indeed I do. Without stopping, he whisked me through the halls of the building. I've never seen him act with so much urgency before, which worried me somewhat. Even when healing me, he remained calm, although his eyes had belied his anxiety. He remained steady, which I dearly appreciated. We're really going? Really? Yes. Hold tight now. If your injuries reopen, let me know immediately. I squeezed my arms around his chest, preparing for another trip to the door. Purgatory, room of a spite. Determination flared in his beautiful eyes, and his voice was stronger than ever as he commanded the door to return us from where I had started my adventure. Here we are. We're not afforded the luxury of time for you to enjoy a proper tour, so we've come to where we must be. I'm terribly lost here. I shall guide you. First, I shall lay you down on this bed. I knew that he had the purest of hearts, and this was not the time for me to misunderstand any intentions, but it was still got me off guard. Oh, pardon? He held me by the hand, and with utmost faith in him, I followed him. Lie down for me, Lyria. I squeezed his hand tightly and settled myself against the sheets. It felt familiar, comforting. When I first woke up here, my vision was too hazy to recognize where I was. As I lay here, I realized this was where I had been all the time sleeping, forgotten. I hate to ask this, but would you let go so I can sit beside you? I can do it while standing up, but I wish for my hand to remain steady. This will hurt a bit, but it must be done. As he settled next to me, my mind really did begin wandering to forbidden places. Sir, what exactly are we doing?
I'm returning to you something you lost.
Wait, where does he have it? Thank goodness, the 1 second thought... Wait, not now! What did I lose? Wait! I'm here in Purgatory, laying down what I'm guessing is a special bed in a special room. The room of respite. So that was its only purpose. Somewhere I could rest for a long time. I have no memories of this place. Could it be? Does this have to do with my memories? You've always been an intelligent woman, Lyria. He pets my hair fondly, just like he always did. His strokes were gentler and lingered in my hair with each caress. Tears' eyes sparkled, and I could see tears. I tampered with your memories a long time ago. This is the very place I did it. In fact, I built this room just for you. Once I instructed all that hurt you, I put you in a long slumber, so that you wouldn't need to roam any longer. However, I did not mean to erase all of your memories of this place. I had meant to heal your heart and ease your pain. Forgive me, Lyria. Should I ask you to remove my memories? To an extent, I truly did not intend to erase so much. And that is all I can tell you. Why are you returning them to me now? I'm afraid I may not no longer be able to return them to you after today. I have to set this right. It will likely hurt. Your heart will ache beyond measure as you begin to recover your memories. I do not know if they will return to you right away, over time, or even at all. I will aim not to destroy the seal at once, but rather in a way that it erodes with time. It does not guarantee anything, though as I have never done this before. Wonderful.
I must confirm this with you. Do you wish to recall everything?
This is something you should have asked before bringing me here, you know? Time to unforgore! Exactly. Forgive me, I was not thinking clearly. I will likely be unable to reverse this. He gripped the sheets, and his knuckles grew pale. I put a hand over his trembling one, hoping to quell his anxiety. He was so confident, so sure when he brought me here. But now I could see doubts war inside him. But you think I should do it, right? I wish to give you the option. I do not think you will lose anything if we leave here right now, other than the chance to remember it all again. Had I not been so terrified of everything else that was occurring, I'd likely be halfway out of this room. But if Sarah decided that this was something I needed, then I chose to trust him. Even more than that, truthfully, it would drive me to insanity if I could never recover my lost memories. It explained why everything was so fuzzy to me, why no matter what, I would encounter block after block. No, Sarah was right to bring me here. Is it better to not remember everything all at once? It will pain me too greatly. I considered a little longer, although I knew we were pressed for time. We had to do it right now, or... Why only today? Sir, you said that you wouldn't be able to do this after today. Why? What's going to happen to you? The sheets rustled as I jerked up, seized his soft hands in mine.
Sair, please tell me. Are you going to die?
No! Crying wouldn't do anyone any favors, so I blinked back the tears as best as I could. There had to be something I could do, anything. I couldn't let him die for me. Maybe if I knocked him out, I could run. I do not think that I will die. Really? Do you promise? Yes. He pulled back my hands and gently kissed my fingers. However, I may be unable to use some of my powers from today onwards. In case that is true, I'd like to do this now, so please do not fret. Lay down for me and close your eyes. I'll be as gentle as I can. I don't want to use you to lose your powers either, Seer. It is alright. Power comes with its own burdens. If I do lose them, I think I shall feel much lighter. Now I must hurry. There will be trouble afoot if we do not return soon. When I finally closed my eyes, I felt the softest flutter of his lips against my forehead. Forgive me if this pains you. He pressed a palm to my forehead, and by the time I exhaled, I finally had my first dream in this world. No, it was a nightmare. Seer had Lyria in his arms, careful not to jostle her a single whit. His slender fingers adorned her frame with tenderness as he flew through the halls of a building that became suffocating.
Our trial is to begin shortly, and you decided to go on a field trip. What on earth was occurring in that daft brain of yours? And why is she like that?
Has she done something too? I have decided to return to her what I had borrowed, her memories. Seer? He barked at the angel, but Seer did not flinch once. For all his usual cowardice of Lyria's, he had taken on a different aura. So sure of himself that no one could change his mind. Perhaps it was why he felt such camaraderie with the girl sleeping in his arms. Her features twisted, small grunts escaping her lips, and sweat gathered on her neck. She had finally begun to dream again. The transfer had been a success then. How he had ached to give her a better gift than the one that returned the thorns to her heart. I did not make the decision with a light heart. A real scheme. But all is well. We returned in a timely fashion. Him clicked his tongue dismissively and pinched the bridge of his nose. All is well, my arse. All is going to hell. We need to go now. She's still unconscious. I suppose it benefits us. She's not to attend the trial after all. At least it can keep her from arguing about it. What? Why can't she come with us? Isn't this related to her? Surely they could let her speak in defense of herself. She has not yet earned that right. Don't look at me that way. I am but the messenger. As she's our charge, the crime of ours is to answer for. You all know how this works. I will handle this. I have put us into this situation. It wasn't your intention, Seer. But I am still the cause, no? He gently laid... How is he the cause? Because he removed the memories? He gently laid her down on the couch once more and slid the pillow underneath her head. With the utmost tenderness, he brushed her hair away from her face and admired her features as though memorizing them yet again. When the time comes, do not argue against me. Do not stop me. You aren't thinking of... Seer. Enough. Let us go. Where is Lyria? She should be with Lyria while we're done. Seer's resolve was absolute and melancholic, but powerful. Him and Seer led the group in silence to meet their judgments, while the woman responsible for their predicaments slept in distress. Memories of my death swirled repeatedly in my head, flashes and flashes until finally they started to form a solid memory. I relived the swing of the axe just like it was a page in a book, and finally I saw what came after. My soul severed quickly from my body. My head, however, was not so fortunate. How terrifying. The guard that had been my friend, my final escort, sat on the ground near my corpse. He was shaking. Every inch of his body was trembling. Please look away. Don't do this to yourself. My words, of course, fell on deaf ears. Despite his memory being a nightmare of my own creation, I had no power. At least I could recognize that it was a nightmare. It was, right? Everything felt so real that I started to doubt myself. Real? Not real? Real? Time called. The people dispersed, satisfied with the show of war for the day. The executioner departed, and the task of reading my body fell to my friend. He was but a boy of 17, 18. It was wrong. It was all wrong. I had accepted a gruesome end to allow Felix a peaceful path to justice. But I realize now that I threw away my life so shamefully, so disgraced, for an ending of violent retribution anyway. I was angry at myself, at him, but most of all at the world for letting such atrocities happen and to have forced our hands this way. It began to rain. The blood won't wash away. The road was stained with crimson. The sky grew dark, and the clouds became grey. Perhaps to clean my blood off the ground below. Then, with the first clap of thunder, I heard an unearthly wail that sent ice-cold chills up my spine, and all the way down to my fingertips. Minutes? I woke up before I could see his face. God damn it! I jolted awake to find, to my complete and utter surprise, the man that now hated me the most. I was on my back, and Kim hovered over me, truly like a reaper who had come to collect my soul. If looks could kill, I would be swept into hell right about now. The trial? Has the trial happened? Oh no, had I slept through the whole thing? It is over. What happened? Later. You wish to see the hall of memories, right? I was smart enough to recognize this was an order, and not an invitation. Was that a shortcut to hell? Was he going to toss me into the pit himself? Him. I just realized that Lyria was sitting by me at my feet. This had to be a trap, but I didn't dare say no. Yes, then come with me. Are you going to kill me? He pursed his lips, looking disappointed. Well, pardon my caution, but you look like you want to eat me alive. No, as I have said, you are in no danger from me. I have neither intention nor desire of ever hurting you. And thanks to Seer, the other risks to your existence have passed, for now. Until you act up again. Right, well, I don't intend to... Let's hope not. Anyways, shall we? He pointed towards the door with a jerk of his head, and I sat up slowly. My head was throbbing and I felt myself slipping back down, but King quickly caught me. For all his vitriol, I suppose he still cared somewhere deep down. What is it that you want to show me? I think it's something that you need to see first. I hate that fucking line! For yourself, it'll make sense when we get there. Kim, what are you up to? Never you mind, Lyria. So rude. Lyria will be okay. Will you be okay? I'm fine. It was such a pathetic lie that Lyria didn't even bother to argue. I'll let the others know. She whispered to me, "This came right me out of the room." Oh. I passed none of the others, and I worried about what had happened to them, but Kim gave me no indication that he would be informing me what happened. The office itself had been full of chatter until we had entered. Voices fell into hushed whispers, and I knew that we were the topic of their conversation. They like to talk a lot, huh? I suppose they have good reason to. Where are the others? What happened? What did Seer do? Later, you will find out soon. Anxiety surged inside me yet again.
Well, here we are. Beautiful, is it not?
He gestured an arm outwards, showing off the scenery. Of course the novelty wears off on those that must work here the most. It was wondrous, but in an almost frightening way, in eerie beauty. It was a maze I could get lost in all too easily, like the room itself would devour me whole. And Kim? There was something scary about his demeanor as well. His smile made me feel ill, and only worsened my headache. Does he intend to abandon me here? The computers in the office are synced to here, so physical visits are usually for the purposes of cleanup and organization only. Let me see which one we're looking for. I'm still not sure why we're here. Now usually one would use the record up over there. It projects a screen for us to watch and it's quite efficient. But I believe our purpose will be better served using a function of the room to truly replicate every last part of the scene. It is not typically used as this place is needed for work, but no one shall be coming here today. He explained all this much like a patient schoolteacher, yet I found that I barely understood anything. The mechanics of the room, yes, but the why was still to be found. I'm completely lost. He won't be for long. He pulled up something on his watch, then, using it as a guide, walked over to the shelves. As he searched, I looked around and took in the atmosphere of the room. I felt like it was going to swallow me up at any moment. Girl! What is your thing? Here it is, the one I've been looking for. Reaping up the torrent of Berengar, otherwise known as... Felix! My voice came out in a horrified whisper, although Keen paid no mind to it. He walked to the large device above while holding an orb in his hand, along with his watch. Why? I think you need to see this to understand. Sometimes it is easier to show than to tell. And this is one of them. Keen, I don't want to see this! Before I had any chance to either argue or agree, the room took an entirely different form, and just like how it happened in the training center. As if we had come to an entirely different world. You were unable to remember your past. You wished to learn, didn't you? What happened afterwards? Here's the answer to the end of your path, and beyond your end. I've already started to remember the moments after my death. You have you? You did not witness the consequences that came after, I presume. The air was stifling. Where are we? In a crumbling castle. I can see that much, but why this castle though? It belonged to your paramour. This was his final target. The strongest castle, like a beast, felt even the crown. But there's not enough to serve him in the end. This place faced siege after siege, and he alone survived. You can see that even the walls here have started to decay. Marred by blood and destruction, what is left? Our footsteps echo through the empty halls. with not even the ghost of a servant or knight to be seen. The air itself was dead. I love the soundtrack! This might have been a recreation, but it was far too immersive for me to feel any sort of attachment to it. Where the royal palace once stood tall, now lay a dilapidated crypt. How was Felix even surviving in such a lifeless holes? He awaits for his death, while the country burns. I fear the same will happen with you. It will cut and destroy whatever crosses your path, as long as you believe that you are in the right. How could you even think to compare us? That could ever be that way? One thing leads to another. Do you deny that you two were cut from the same cloth? Or do you want to tell me that you weren't determined to do whatever it took to fulfill your revenge, all in the name of peace? His words burned me. Did he doubt my intentions all along? Was he lied to? All I did was save your brothers from death. No, all he ensured is that it would come to them. Had I been the one to capture them, they would be allowed to exist. He could have repented. But now they're marked for extinction due to the harm caused to you. What? It counts as a further transgression to their crimes. And I forgive them! Unfortunately, the world we live in does not allow for that. Here, actions have consequences. Someone must be held accountable. Aureus begged on his knees to spare you any punishment. He was willing to dive into hell just to protect you. We all were reprimanded. Our jobs are still on the line. But more than that, more than anything that happened to us, Seer lost his wings. He gave them up for you. What he means here, he sacrificed his angelhood to spare you of punishment and to let the rest of us leave. With but a slap on our wrists. Holy shit. And you didn't stop him? The alternative was to let you cease existing. Of course none of them would allow for that to happen. So you tell me, which was the best solution? To let him disappear, or... I'm sure you would have been glad for that, wouldn't you? Oh, shut the fuck up. Lyria. I clutched my head as he threw words as sharp as knives at me. My head was about to split from the pain. Too much was happening, and I could barely remain on my feet. I did not bring you here to argue. Come. He seized my hand himself and led us down the hallways, more path that I could not keep track of. Until at last we reached the throne room. There is a Felix, slumped in a great suit. Huh. He looks different than I imagined. Not gonna lie. His face was gaunt, and his regal attire was covered in blood, stains all over. I reached out for him, but Kim told me to spare the effort. Felix, he's... I wanted to hold him. I didn't care about anything else. I just didn't want him to die like this. But since this is nothing but a memory, had already passed away, hadn't he? This is just a memory. You can't do anything for him. Kim's next words confirmed my suspicions. But his following months set a new wave of fear washing over me. Well, it's before a couple of millennia stuck in purgatory. Yeah, let's see. Well, not millennia, centuries, I guess. And you shouldn't want to. I was thankful he reminded me of the fact, because when a second Kim appeared, I just about lost myself. I was already dealing with one, and it seemed to be more than plenty. Why is there another you? Because I was the one in charge of this case. Are you here to kill me? Never seen you before. I jolted as he spoke. I didn't think I'd be hearing his voice again. Felix lazily pointed the sword at the other king. There was no affirmative response.
My, put some life into it. Whatever you have left of it, anyway. Is this how you
finally wish to go? How pathetic. Felix waved his sword once more, pointing it closer to the younger Reaper's throat. Be gone. I fancy a duel. You waste my time. If you desire death, then spare us both some time and allow me to take your head quickly. Beheading people so easily. I held my neck again, feeling a phantom flinch of pain at the thought. Felix slashed out his sword, but Keo sidestepped it all too easily. In return, he brought out his own scythe, his smile never leaving his face. But I knew Kim better now. I could tell that behind that smile were eyes full of disdain and anger. Felix was a scar upon history, to be eliminated, but Kim was playing with his fate. If he's not dead yet, why are you here? You will see. I didn't like the sound of that. Felix took Kim's blade as an actual challenge, and he drew himself up to strike back. I flinched as they parried each other's blows. My fingernails were digging deep into my palms as I started to lose the feeling in my knees. Are you proud of yourself for all that you've done? Pride was never driven me at once. Then it was for your beloved. Beloved, do you know me? What do you know of her? I know that she was wronged. Also know that this conquest of yours stems from some shitty desire for revenge. Felix growled and slammed Kim against the wall with his sword to the Reaper's neck. He was quite impressive in combat, even in his dying moments. His strength has always been inhuman. I know that your lover rots away waiting for a man that she will never see again. She begged us to save your soul. A pretty thing like her deserves better than you. You're lying. His eyes were twitching madly, and he drew shuddering breaths as his knees struggled to keep steady. It tore me apart to see him come undone. My head began to spin again, and I clutched my head, praying the throbbing would cease. Why? Why should I bring Lyria here myself? I've met her. She's lovely. I can perhaps see why you burned down the damn world for her. Give me a good match, and I will take you to her. We can be together in hell. She wouldn't be in hell. She would be someplace better. The blade splashed over and over, sparks flew. Came supernatural sight against Felix's mortal mage sword. Even on the verge of death, Felix fought impressively. He matched blow for blow with Kim, until at last his blade betrayed him too. He skidded across the floor and landed just a foot away from me. I think it would have been better if they'd written out what happened to the blade. Like, I don't know if the blade broke under the pressure because it's a mortal meat weapon and shit. I shot past Kim and knelt down. It went against all reason, but I still put my arms around him. It was a little more corporeal than than holding a phantom. It was nothing but a memory. A recreation. He felt like a doll. There was no warmth when I held him. A stark reminder that he was fake. The experience I had felt in the training center. But all our pain was real. You fought well. A shame your talents were spoiled like so. It would finally end. I can see her. With a slit slice of Kim's blade, I witnessed my Felix's head fall to the floor, right in front of me. It was like every fiber of my heart tore apart, just for peace, until there was nothing left in its place.
You killed him.
What do you think was gonna happen? I whispered, my eyes trained on the head before me. Reapers can also be the force to take a life away when absolutely necessary. I carried out the execution of the tyrant of Berengar, as unworthy of my blade as he was. This is what happens when our actions go unchecked. Do you understand now? I was beyond listening. Everything overwhelmed me, and my eyes were blinded by my tears. It was a sudden light. We perhaps were returning to the hall we were in before. The execution had finished after all. But I couldn't tell, or be bothered to comprehend. My body was racked with shaking sobs. I knew he had died. I knew he had been alone, but seeing him surrounded in nothing but darkness and crumbled walls, without a friend in sight. I at least had one person who didn't loathe me in the end. He had absolutely no one. All he wanted was to be with me again. We both died miserably. I should never have left him. Lyria! I felt a pair of arms wrapped around me from behind, and I fled in panic. It was too much. Everything was too much. I couldn't take it anymore. I was squirming. I didn't want Kim anywhere near me. I wanted nothing to do with him.
It's me, Aureus. Shh. I got you. I got you. Just hold on to me and this will all be over soon. I have you.
He turned me around his arms and squeezed me tightly while rubbing my back. Breathe, Lyria. You're going to be alright.
Felix!
Well, she's having a full-on panic attack there. I was gasping incoherently, and Darius nestled me tightly against him. I know. Are you alright? What does she look like to you?
You have no right to. How could you do this to her?
You know what I was gonna say? It would have made way more sense if they actually explained shit to her. Like, oh, don't think about it, don't worry about it. And then she does something you guys are not happy with. Well, how about you explain it to her? I hear Arthur complain. He agrees with me. She had to learn about the consequences of her actions. Incidentally, Bonkick. We have coddled her. And this had been a disservice to both herself and us all. Seer bleeds and will suffer for many, many nights. She never wanted this.
She could have learned that without all this. Why twist a knife into her heart when she's already cut open? You are no different than a demon.
Aren't both of you guys demons? I am so confused. And what has being human ever done for anyone? Makes him a lot better than you, that's for sure. Was Lyria still a fool for her? What? No way! No, wait. No way! Guys! I'm gonna save because this is interesting. Because our money is on Valifar, right? Our money is on Valifar, right? I always will be. I'd rather be a fool than whatever brand of heartless idiot you are. How could you show this to her? How could you do this? To show her. Yeah, the consequences of her actions. What fucking bullshit. See, there's something about the dream that the protagonist had. That I wanted to say. In the dream, the one who took care of the body, the beheaded body of the protagonist, was the guard. And I'm wondering if that was Valifar. But we'll see. She's living as a Reaper. I think she understood what happened. She was told what happened, but she experienced none of it herself. And showing her that, you know how much she loved him. You know how much she loved him. You let her watch, you let her hold him while you killed him the same way she died. I didn't tell her to. Being human would serve you better, Kim. Everything he shouted at me were words that I wanted to say to him myself. But I was so sorry for all that I had done, and heartbroken by how much my spirit was trampled on today. I felt hurt by the world I had come into, the world I had left. But the man who had been my ally and my friend. You really don't understand what you have done either. Don't be absurd. It wasn't meant to. You're no wiser than the rest of us, Kim. Your empathy is so lacking that you can't imagine what makes sense to you would actually hurt someone else. They volleyed back and forth, and I didn't have the wherewithal to listen to any more of it. I tugged Arias' shirt, and he shifted his grip on me to secure me better in his arms. Also, wasn't Arias like someone who joined last? Didn't Valifar mention that? Arthur is also not happy, exactly. Let's go home, Lyria. You're not being mean to me today? He patted me on the cheek, tugging softly. Would it make you feel better if I was? Another spicy plot would be if Felix's punishment been getting split into it. I had the same thought. What if multiple of them are Felix's? But also, there's another thing that speaks for Arias. What if they're all Felix? Yes, that's why they all have to take care of her. But we know that Kim can't be Felix, right? Because he took the head. But there's another thing that speaks for Arias being Felix, because he is the strongest one, the best one with the weapons, right? So far, it's Arias or Valifar are the potential Felixes. But also, neither of them... No, actually... Didn't Felix's eyes kind of look more this shape than Valifar's? I shook my head and he laughed softly. The rumble in his chest was soothing, and my heartbeat was soothed into a less frenetic beat. Lyria's Felix, exactly! I closed my eyes. All the way home, Arias didn't let go of me, not once. I think someone else drove us back. Maybe it was Valifar. It didn't matter. All I could think about was helplessly holding onto the recreation of Felix while time beheaded him. It was the last chance I ever had to see him. I was almost grateful for it. I finally opened my eyes when we came back to my home. Arias laid me gently down on my bed and tucked me under the covers, although I kept my arms around his neck. It was immature, but it felt like that was the only way I could stay sane. His warmth felt oddly comforting, despite always being teased and taunted by this man. He was the one that came running to find me. There was a long silence, and I wondered if he would cry me off. Instead, he revealed what must have been bothering him. I held him, even though it wasn't real, even though it didn't matter, even though the only thing it did was make me feel like this. You saw? I did. The door reflects everything that happens inside. I couldn't come in until it was over. I tried to break in, but failed. I'm sorry. It feels weird hearing you apologize. You're not even in the wrong this time. I say sorry, you say sorry I'm wrong. I don't say sorry, you get mad. You can never make up your mind. But you always have to keep me on my toes. Haven't leave yet, so you can let go of me. I pouted at him. Leave it to Orius to still tease. No, it helped distract me. It was a good distraction. Ay-ya! That's why I was glad he was staying. He sighed and laid down next to me, elbow propped on the pillow. I didn't think you were so fond of me. Something about you feels familiar. Fuck off! Way to spring this particular plot twist on our asses. Something about you feels familiar. Ay-ya! Badumts! Thunderpacks! Familiar, He reached over to start stroking my hair, and I found myself craving his touch. It felt like the sun in a frozen tundra. Things might start getting harder from now on. Your work is going to stay the same, but with the things that's happened today, a couple of the others might treat you differently. You can say his name, you know? There's a lot to figure out between us all. But you'll be there for me, right? He didn't reply, and decided to build up against inside of me again. Looking forward to the something about Seer feels familiar arc. This was burdensome, wasn't it? Or was he trying to build up walls between us again? And of course I will, even if you are dumb and get us all into trouble. I won't anymore. You better not. Do you want me to stay with you for the rest of the night? I nodded, and without hesitation he slid under the covers, wrapping his arms tightly around me. One hand fondled my head, and the other on my back, like being in the embrace of a lover who would never be mine. Fuck off! Don't you dare! They've been building up Valifar so much that it's... No. Ay, yeah. What makes it 3 times as heavy? Go to sleep. I'll have nightmares. Then I'll scare them away. And although I felt the comfort in his arms, a comfort that I had long missed, I knew it wouldn't be enough. The wounds were too fresh. I counted his heartbeats, one by one, a steady lullaby that softened the ache in my head, but not in my heart. And then, at last, sleep overtook me. I wasn't sure if there was anyone out there who could hear my pleas, but I dearly wished that this would be my final slumber. Thank you for playing the demo! We did it! While this might end on an angsty note, the full game definitely is happier. And there are plenty of good times ahead. No, I'm staying for the angst. You got it all wrong. I would like my dead dove packaged in a bag and labeled accordingly. I mean, I like all kinds of stuff. So I was just right now thinking there is a particular brand of fanfic that I really want to read. But I don't know how to find it, so I'll have to look for it. It's gonna be a thing. But yeah, good times ahead. Join our Discord server to catch up with the team for the release updates. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Dead dog, do not eat. Exactly. But yeah, with that we have cleared the game. And there's something I want to do in case this is still possible. Is Hoshi still online? Because I want to read her. Keep her... Oh, she just got a read. Wonderful, wonderful. She's getting another one. Alright. Well, honestly, I think it was a really great one. She started a pretty short time ago. Nice. I was kind of scared because I felt like I've seen her live a little bit longer. Oh yeah. And it's been a while since I saw her online to be able to read her. Oh my god, Rewalk, thank you so much for the 1000 BJ's. Cheers, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. But yeah, how do you guys like the demo? I do think it's interesting, but sometimes the characters feel a little bit stupid. But the game is kind of sort of semi-aware of it. So it's kind of sometimes balances out. Yeah, and I'm really curious, who is Felix? So, I'm gonna send you to Squeegee on YouTube. The characters are kind of stupid, but it's mostly played for excellent banter. Yeah, the banter is pretty good, the writing is pretty good. The characters, yeah, not all of them are stupid, but some of them are, and you're just like, huh? Kaim was probably the most interesting thing, because I assumed he'd be like really intelligent guy, but so far I think he's the dumbest. And that says something. Right, everyone, take care! Say hi to Hoshi! It's crazy for me!